Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out! Oh my God! KO in midair!
Hey, what's up everyone? And we're back with a couple games today. Another dual game video. This time focusing on, I guess, 2 games that'll take place in light tanks on maps that aren't so hot. I know it can get a little, not mundane, but maybe old seeing the same maps over and over and over again sometimes on the channel. I think I've said this before in a couple of vids, but just mix up a little bit in a couple games that maybe I wouldn't normally feature always, but they're really good results still, and for the maps they're on, they're really good. They're almost great results, to be fair. So the first game we're in the T100 on the wonderful Great Wall, which is pretty much not the ideal light tank map at all. It's basically corridor central. This left side I'm on is kind of open, but that's probably better for encounter in terms of having a better game, but this is standard battle, so it's a little more dicey of a situation. So I always like to, from this spawn at least, come up here and try to spot them going up the hill. If anybody does go up the hill, it doesn't always happen. However, sometimes you get lucky, you can actually get a good amount of assisted here. It's a little bit better maybe if you're in a platoon and you had some friends to shoot down on. If you spot anything, you gotta be careful though, because they sometimes will push up straight ahead of me, which is the spot I go to otherwise in the other spawn. But in this case it doesn't look like we're spotting anything, and so now we're just gonna move up into the next position, which is this middle area right here, and it helps kind of create a crossfire. There's only the machine up here, but that's still a very strong tank in that position where he's at, and maybe with me being here we can set up a little bit of crossfire and get some shots. As you find the Conqueror rolling into view now, and we put our first shot of the game into him, and we're also pretty safe from artillery at this point. You see the Conqueror staring at me, and now he gets hit by artillery for 400, which is nice, get some assisted. So we're going to get assisted on this side of the map, at least I'm going to be aware of. But now the Conqueror's attention is divided again, and so we're going to pop out and punish him a little bit more as he looks at the machine. I'm just being aware of the waffle at this point, not really wanting to aim, just RBRTing, which is this person on the T100 is really good, so we can get with that, get away with that, at least on the move. It's 0.46 accuracy, but it's got a good dispersion. So we've kind of pinned them down at the bottom here. They can't really move up because there's 2 tanks firing them from 2 different directions, even though there's only 2 of us, but we're able to pick out on the waffle. The Conqueror misses us, and it gives us enough time to poke out again and put a second shot into the waffle. And I believe he's reloading, and this is a bit of an awkward spot for him because he doesn't really have the gun depression, even if he did have ammo there. Now we're alone, and usually I'd run away, but I know the waffle's reloading. There's nothing else here, and the Conqueror is pushing me, which is probably not the best play by him on 600 health. So we spot him, put 1 shot into him, he misses, thankfully. And we're going left. Nope, no, we're not, buddy. Sorry. There we go. We're going to take him out. So, good results so far. Just utilizing the high ground here to our advantage. That was a very, very lucky shot on the waffle right there. But so far, we're just taking advantage of, I guess, superior positioning. They have to charge up the hill. The waffle is going to have a really hard time getting his gun down onto me before I can shoot him. As long as I keep him spotted, keep tabs on him like this. And you see what I mean by that is he has to take his tank up and over a ridgeline, and now he's 1 shot, so I'm gonna hunt him down. Unfortunately, that one could have gotten us killed, as that one misses. But his turret's so big that we can just peek the shot in there at the end there. I don't know if I said the same thing twice, but now we're just gonna be a little more aggressive. We see their medium tank over here. We got a lucky RBRT on the E50M, which is nice. And we're just going to keep him spotted. Again, I'm trying to RBRT because, I don't know, we're just trying to be lucky. And then we're going to actually aim and hit his side for, finish him off for the easy kill. And now we're just going to go in and farm the 4005 while also keeping on the move because there's still the 2 arties left, so I don't want to get totally pooped on. However, what I'm also doing is getting into position to go after the artillery quicker. As I sit behind this rock so I don't get clicked on. And so far, this hasn't been like, oh man, this is record-breaking games for me. No, but it's been a solid game on a map that's not that great for light tanks, and it's showing it's possible to do well on. Mostly it just involves dividing or focusing on the enemy's attention and knowing when it's divided and you can peek out and get a shot in. Or also just slight terrain advantages like that can be super beneficial as well. So as we take out the Batchat artillery, we're on 5 kills actually, and we could get the top gun, but we have 2 already. 1 already hit, and the second one's gonna hit right there. So we don't get the top gun. Not like I never got one of those before. But we do finish up with 5 kills, nearly 4,700 damage, 4645, and 1,200 assisted actually, which is nice. So that's a first class. Not crazy, not a crazy game. Not the best T100 LP game you're ever going to see, but definitely a solid game for a map like that. Pretty good scenario. So for the next game, we're actually going to be in the Hawk 30 once again. I have a couple more replays of it that are probably better games, but this one will be on Mountain Pass, which again is literally just a 3 corridor map, which is not ideal for light tanks, as we probably all know, in terms of that. Just because you have no armor, you generally want to try to flank stuff and use vision, but it's hard to do that on maps like that. So what we're going to do is do the usual spotting thing from the north spawn, try to spot them crossing without getting spotted ourselves, which can be a little tricky based off what the enemy team has view range wise. Sometimes you can get away without getting spotted at all. Sometimes you get spotted immediately. It just depends on what kind of crews and tanks you're going up against. So it's a solid tier 8 game, which is helpful. I think someone also does in a video, if it's a bad map and a good matchup, you still stand a decent chance of having a good game. But if you have a bad map and a bad matchup, the odds are very stacked in your against your favor, I suppose. But and the same goes the other way. If you have a bad matchup and a good map, you can get away with it a little more. Because even something like Mount Off gun and Tier Light against Tier 10s, I'm not too concerned. I'd like to have better, but yeah. And then you see we spot the Lycan. He doesn't spot us, but we're a big fat tank, so I'm pretty sure something's going to spot us. But we do put one into the Cromwell as he's crossing. But right now we're just going to sit here. Again, this thing's camo is pretty mediocre, so if we do get spotted, it's not that big of a surprise. But we do spot the Panther 2, who's stock, something to make note of. And then the T-25-2. And now we're just going to pull forward because we're spotted. The Lycan poked back out. That's who spotted us, I'm almost positive. But we do spot the Minuteman. We're not getting any assisted because most of our team is pushed up, which is not a bad not a bad thing. That's probably never going to pen. And then we pick up the spot on the Jumbo Sherman trying to cross. And he gets, well, he should have luck. I killed his engine and I killed his, well, I killed, but knocked his track off. But the retracking shot actually misses. That one does not though, and we track him in place once again, and hopefully somebody, yep, there we go, KV3 finishes him off. And here the gun starts, I think, to control us a little bit in this scenario. The KV85 is never going to spot me here, but we do track him with the first shot. Second shot does damage, and now I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep him pinned in place. As another one goes in, that's maybe not as bad as I remember, but I think this one, yeah, dips into the ground, and then he's going to be able to repair, I believe, especially when our, yeah, you little turret, little barrel wiggle, frustrated with the tank just sitting completely still, and the gun just missing is always frustrating. You do everything right, and then RNG just says no. So, not much you can do about that. So we know most of our team is either with me right now, or pushing where that Panther 2 is. which is fine. I'd rather have our team push that way. But what it means is that they're basically have an unopposed way right up into our base. Try to put one in the M6 on the move. It doesn't quite come off. Not that surprising again. We've loaded the HEP now to put one into the rear of this Panther 2, and we do for 300, which is nice. And now I can kind of see on the mini-map though, before we try to take out artillery, but that one misses, that they're moving up the ice road towards us. And then yeah, that feels good. However, we're not going to run back quite yet. I don't know if that was the best idea. Again, here we're aiming above the track, so we have to be 10. Little details like that are nice. That one just completely misses for some reason, but yeah. And now our goal is just to get back. We see our mediums falling back. That's where all their tanks are, I'm assuming. As you see. So we're gonna have issues at the base, which can be kind of a pain because it's only 2 ways into the base, and it can be a real pain to deal with in terms of defending the cap circle easily. I'm not even gonna bother trying to shoot the Vanguard on the move. That's just, yeah, it's not even worth my time. It's not gonna happen. Plus we only have 40 seconds left, and I'd like to get in here before we lose the support of the teammates that are going in, because then we have more stuff for other tanks to focus on. I guess that makes sense. But our VK actually is able to pull out our 4005. Does that. I don't know if this is the right idea. It probably isn't. Can't really say it is. Especially in this big fat German thing. We do light the Lycan on fire. However, this is probably not the best idea in this thing, because it's not a very fast moving tank in terms of speed. The Vanguard has probably fired all his ammo at this point. That's why he's running away, not killing me at the moment. Just put one more into him. That wasn't really the best play. I honestly probably could have just sat back and done the same thing. However, maybe you get lost in the heat about it a little bit there. But now I know the 4202 could easily just come down and shoot me. So I'm going to run on out of there and lick my wounds while I still can. So not really the best engagement. I probably could have just held back and done the same thing. Probably lost a lot less health, if I'm at all honest in critiquing that. That was kind of dumb. It's not like we were about ready to lose at that moment. It was pretty obvious that we could have easily just reset the timer from back beyond the safety of recover. Try to get a little sneaky there and go up the hill. It's not going to happen. I couldn't remember if you can do that or not. You can't. I'm trying to see if this guy's attention is at us, and it isn't, but he's able to turn and start looking my way. I'm surprised I don't get snapshotted there. But I'm not going to poke again until this heavy tank comes around. I don't know why he shoots me. Apparently, I don't know. But I'm going to let him absorb hits because, yeah, and I see the 4005 fires, but he turns his tank towards me because, yeah. I'm trying to track him. We do get the tracking shot, which is nice. We're going to get some of the assisted. I'm thinking he's going to just RBRT towards me if I poke out, because I assume I'm always the focus. I don't know why. But maybe just habit by this point. But yeah, finished the game out pretty nicely with 4,500 damage and 1,000 assisted. Again, on a map that's not very ideal for light tanks in the slightest. But again, it was a good matchup, so we were able to kind of capitalize on that. Now we actually were able to pick up a scout medal, which is kind of funny. But again, I've gotten scout medals on Himmelsdorf. It doesn't mean you're scouting going to get a lot assisted. Mostly means there's just one spot where you can see everybody like crossing at one moment their entire team, which is basically what happened there in our case. So yeah, couple decent games, pretty good results for the maps they were on. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, I'm trying to dump out the games that I have on my hard drive. I'll be streaming today mostly, the Swedish mediums when they come out, and a lot this week because I got nothing else better to do. Thank you, Corona. And yeah, have a new outro if you guys enjoy. So I will catch you guys later. See you.